Steele with the top 10 greatest movies of all time. Remember, it's just my opinion, and spoilers. Number 10, League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. I love this movie. It is action-packed, it's awesome, there's all these historical fiction characters. It's amazing. It involves such amazing stories and twists and turns. And you never expect some of the things that you see, and then it's just awesome. Action-packed group movies are always awesome. Number 9, Hear No Evil, See No Evil, with Richard Pryor and Gene Wilder. This is hilarious. Everything that you can think of to do with a blind person and a deaf person is just funny as heck. And they do them all. Not really cliche back then, but now it is. But still, hilarious movie. One of the funniest I've seen in a while. The SpongeBob Squarepants movie. Of course, you all know this one. Absolutely hilarious. Action-packed. With a great song at the end. A great story. And the last thing to come out before SpongeBob started doing really bad. With its lackluster episodes it has now. But Season 3, the movie, was amazing. Number 7, DBZ Android 13. This is my favorite Dragon Ball Z movie of them all. For only one reason. It focuses mainly on the Super Saiyans of the movie. And everyone has to fight one villain. Basically, it's Goku versus androids, yeah. It's Goku, Trunks, and Vegeta, basically, versus them all. They all turn Super Saiyan to fight the androids, had a better chance. Vegeta and Trunks defeat their enemies, and they go over to fight Android 13. But then Android 13 absorbs other parts from the other androids, and becomes much more powerful. Eventually, Goku has to use the Spirit Bomb, and it has a kind of a twist, sort of. Instead of Goku usually just throwing the Spirit Bomb at him, he uses the Spirit Bomb and absorbs it, and he uses the power from the Spirit Bomb to destroy Android 13. It's also one of the most action-packed and funniest movies, really, I think, from the DBZ. The Avengers. Like I said before, action-packed group movies are absolutely hilarious. Sorry, not hilarious. Awesome. This one in particular. I saw this one in theaters, and it was just as amazing as I thought it was going to be. Sure, if you go to, like, honest trailers, they'll tell you random stuff that you never would have noticed, but I didn't care. This was the coolest movie I've ever seen, including Iron Man, Thor, Black Widow, Hulk, that Arrow guy, I forgot his name. And I think that was it. Oh, and Captain America, but nobody cared about him in that movie. Number 5, Little Shop of Horrors. Absolutely my most favorite musical ever. Even though it's not a musical, it's sort of musical anyway. It is funny, the music is amazing. I love everything about this movie. It couldn't be any better, really. I mean, what do you got? You got a guy who's not exactly the best, enjoys plants, and then gets an alien plant, and then it feeds him until absolute destruction happens. Just putting a musical around that is amazing. And how they set it up, I honestly thought it was going to fail when I saw the title, but then I saw the movie, and this is how it became so amazing. Hook. Absolutely right now, Robin Williams' best movie. Hook. I love this movie. The Return of Peter Pan to the Island of Lost Boys, or, Magical Island he's on, is an amazing idea. For him to return, for him to go through, understand what he used to be, it was amazing. I absolutely love this movie. Best Disney movie, I think. That is an animated anime. Number 3, Superman 2. Let me just get that right now. Superman 2 is the greatest movie of all Superman movies. Better than Superman 1. That whole flying around the world thing, that was too much for me. So in the end I chose Superman 2, because of all the action. It's Superman versus his own 3 his own, basically, what's left of his race. He has to fight them. He had no choice. And in the end, of course, Superman defeated them all. And the action, comedy, it was all there. And Superman even had to make a choice. he stopped being Superman, which he then just immediately became Superman again, but still, best of the movies. Number 2. Okay, you knew this one was coming. The Star Wars Original Trilogy. Absolutely amazing movie. It is the ultimate sci-fi movie. Nothing better, nothing ever better will ever come. This is the greatest movies I have ever seen in my entire life. It's not number 1, and I'll explain in a moment why, but let me just get through these first. Of course, everyone should know these Star Wars movies. This is the best franchise trilogy ever. You couldn't ask any more of sci-fi to do. Amazing movie. And if you're asking what I think of Episode 7, I'm totally happy for that, because it's going to be done by J.J. Abrams, and, he made Star Trek, so, basically it was Star Wars, but, had a little bit more action. And something I just realized that Star Wars Episode 7 is probably going to have a lot of lens flares, so, prepare for that. That whole flare you get on the screen at a certain part of the movie, yeah, that happens a lot. Okay. I'm not going to do number 1. And that's going to be a full, awesome review for next week. Because the next movie is so amazing, and I have to explain why, that it's better than Star Wars. So that's why I have to wait until next week to find out the number 1 spot. Well, that was all the movies for now. Until next week, where I review the final one. This has been the Steele